Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. Sarah Larsen. I have been on a journey for so long, all of my life, to get to this point right here. It's incredible, the journey that you have been on. This incredible journey has taken you to so many places. Some of those places have been physical locations on earth. Some of those places have been in the depths of your heart. Some of those places have been hard to explain because there aren't words in this earthly 3D dimension that might explain them. I want to welcome you to today's class on emotional intelligence. Last night at a gathering where we were talking about the ancient ones, our ancestors, and humanity in general, we started talking about how intelligent our DNA is and how everything that our parents and ancestors did not deal with got passed down to you and to me and will get passed down to the children that inherit this dimension and this earth. You are where you are based on emotional intelligence. You are where you are based on something greater than yourself contributing energy and motion, emotion to you. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of control and express one's emotions and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathically. Emotional intelligence is the key to both personal and professional success. I want you to have the best life possible. And so for you to really step in and understand how important you are to this world that we're living in. It's such a great component to everything that you're here to be part of. Oh my gosh, you must become aware of yourself. There's 5 components to emotional intelligence. And these 5 components will give you so much self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. I didn't always have self-awareness, right? The parts, I made it to medical school before I recognized that others didn't see the interdimensional world that I see. It took me a really long time to understand that I started off life with a we mentality. And the we mentality, W-E, versus the me mentality, the M-E. I had a younger sister that was just a few months younger than me, and probably twins have this. I don't know how it's possible. I was born in September, she was born in February, I was born early. miraculous miracles right there in my life, and not having self-awareness of that, of being this village girl with extra sight. Self-awareness. When I got into medical school, we started learning about eyesight. And we started learning about what some see and what others see, but color blindness. And I was so shy. I couldn't share that what I was seeing, the densities, the colors, the sometimes I would see people and those that had the veil really, really thin. I could see their grandmothers and great grandparents right there. And I really thought everyone could see that as well as the organs. And I believe that I got to be able to see those because I was never told that you're not seeing those. The person that I shared it with was my grandmother, and my grandmother chose the day that she was going to pass. Your capacity to be aware of, control, and express your emotions, to handle all of the interpersonal relationships, it determines how far you get. Self-awareness, self-regulation. So, what is self-regulation? By the way, self-awareness only comes from accurate feedback. It comes from being able to accurately see situations and being able to share. And the person that you're sharing with has to have a bigger perspective, in a bigger view, a bigger vision. So if you're getting feedback from someone that doesn't have awareness that's greater than yours, or the ability to listen to enhance your awareness, and there is a challenge in your life. It's Einstein that says the same level of thinking that produced or created the problem cannot be at the level that solves it. So self-awareness, right? You can go into meditation. You can go into Vipassana, 10 days of silent meditation. We are starting a program soon. And in this program, the first thing that we're going to do is get you into Briggs-Myers and personality awareness. I've got training in all of these different modalities, human design, the Briggs-Myers test, and 3 other personality tests. You're going to have 5 levels of self-awareness coming up. We'll do one fun one in a little bit this morning, so you have a little bit of self-awareness. Starting in December, after Mercury retrograde ends, we're going to dive in. 26 of us are going to dive into an incredible year-long coaching program. And those people that choose to fill out the form and go through the process are going to have 5 of which I've taken, and they've helped me become self-aware. I took them, and then I took them to the next level. I wanted to be able to gift them to everyone that I work with. And I'm so grateful. It's one of the quickest ways to help you be able to understand you. You answer a bunch of questions about yourself. What's your love language? What's your human design? Right? The Briggs-Myers test. This ability to be aware and to make your awareness, your ability to see your gifts, your ability to know what you don't see accurately. And I love that we're diving into that. Then what do you need to let go of? Self-regulation. Emotional intelligence is self-regulation. It's such an incredible gift that you give yourself to be able to really step into, this is what I'm great at, regular. Where are you regular? What are your habits? And where are you irregular? Again, this morning we'll dive into a little bit of that for each person, because this emotional intelligence, right? It's beyond anything. It's Tony Robbins that talks about, if you can get emotion behind anything that you want, there's nothing you can't have. Emotional leadership, emotional quotas, the capacity of you to recognize your own emotions and those of others and to discern between them. You have heard this so many times if you're part of the Miracle Makers classes, that your thoughts and emotions land with you. I love the Jane Goodall story, right? This incredible Jane Goodall story shares that there is this intelligence within the gorilla community. It's such a beautiful story that they were studying gorillas and they noticed that a certain set had less interactions with others. They weren't copulating or having sex as often. They weren't, they had more tears and less of the joy emotions that gorillas share. So about 10% of the population, and they pulled that 10% out. And slowly but surely, the group of gorillas, that first tribe, they all died. They started the experiment again with another group. I forget what it's called. It's called another group, tribe of incredible gorillas. They noticed who the depressed ones were, the ones that were crying, they pulled them out. And that group started to die. And later on, we've done so many studies to really show that there is a group of feelers, those that feel all of the emotions for the community of gorillas. They show that in emotional intelligence, the Stanford studies, the Harvard studies, the Heart Math studies. People feel, you feel what other people are feeling. And the more emotionally intelligent, the more connected and powerful you become in an authentic way. We go into learning, initiating, activating Dr. David Hawking's work on self-regulation. And we move you through the scale of that within the year-long coaching program. I'm so grateful and so excited that you get to step into that. the self-awareness in these tests, the self-regulation. And one of the best things to self-regulate, for you to fully understand that is to notice when you are, what areas of your life are regularly working and what areas of your life you struggle with. The ones that are not regular or expanded with possibility. So 7 different areas of your life. There's the financial. Financially, you are on a self-regulation path if you are feeling wealthy. In the area of work, the second area, right? I just started with finances. The second area, work, fulfillment. You get the answers for yourself. You get the self-awareness in the different components of the different tests. You get financial, the feeling of wealth, the vocation, the feeling of fulfillment, the area of family, you get stability, the area of friends, you get within the 26, the community, you get this incredible feeling of being with a group that can pull you up, the mastermind, the regulations. And again, we'll dive into that for you today. We'll dive into that in the private section of this. It's so beautiful. I love being able to share this with you. The habits that you have with family, the habits that you have with friends, and the 5 people you hang out with most, your brain and your body rewires itself to make that function and work. In other words, mirror neurons, the emotional intelligence from your heart. It's such a gift that you give yourself. I want to really step into understanding that you've got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You've got to constantly be in this space of inviting amazing grace into your life. And as someone that was born in Pakistan and moved to the United States and then went back and to Pakistan and then back to the United States, many times I've had to teach myself the emotional intelligence of the region, the emotional intelligence of what it takes to have the habits, the motivation. So coming to this country, I had to learn. I'd never spoken to a boy or a girl really that I wasn't related to or really knew. I had to teach myself how to step into that. Oh, then later on, medical school in India and non-government organizations around the world. It's emotional intelligence, this self-awareness. And it was Nelson Mandela that said, you know, if you want to communicate with someone, speak clearly in your language. If you want to move someone, paraphrasing his words, learn to speak to them in their language. And so part of the emotional intelligence is learning how to speak your friends and your family's language. The emotional, intelligent language there, such a gift that you get to give them. You'll find out what language you're speaking, right? It's so, so good. I had to learn to speak English, then back Karnataka when I was in India, which was so beautiful. And every place you go, there you are. And you have the opportunity really for a year to get training on how to regularly speak your family's language, your friend's language, right? We covered 4 different areas. Financially, it's feeling wealthy. Vocation or work-wise, it's feeling fulfilled. We dive into that. What makes you regular? Friends, family. Mentally, it's solving problems. And I love Einstein's quote, which goes something like this, which is so darling and so cute. He says, if we measured a fish by its ability to climb a tree, paraphrasing again, we'd miss its genius. You've got a special genius within you. And I can't wait to answer that for you today. And if you're in the year-long program, I hope you will fill that form out, even if it's just so you can figure out in the phone conversation with me, filling out the form. There's a form on Dr. Sarah Larsen that was sent in the email or however you saw this. It's there. Go fill out that form and you'll get a little bit of self-awareness. You'll get a little bit of self-regulation, understanding of that, but mostly you'll get a call from me, right? You'll get this call and we'll be able to talk about your personal motivation, your personal way that you solve problems. You came into this world in the most dynamic and beautiful way for your spirit. The spirit that you are, if it was not being served in this body, would not be here. Your body, your breath, your heartbeat, just like electricity. We don't understand electricity, just like gravity. Truly, we don't understand gravity. We use it. We use electricity. We harness its power. We harness your power, that motivation. When you understand what motivates you, it's so beautiful. Right now, the motivation for Miracle Makers, and I can't wait to invite the people in the year-long program, or you, if you're right for this, and you write in, I'm right for this, right? Right now, Miracle Makers got a piece of land donated in Afghanistan to creating a free zone. We have a neutral zone in Afghanistan, this piece of property that Pakistanis, Indians, Afghanistans, any woman or child gets to this region. The purpose of this land, the purpose of this region, we're going to teach, heal, and bring medicine to the village that, we won't ever ask what country, what place, who do you belong to? Once you're in the neutral zone, women and children and the men of the region have already agreed to keep us all safe. Over the past month, they've been hearing about what's going on in the Amazon, learning from Miracle Makers what's happening in the environment, the need for them, for each one of them to show up and help contribute to a bigger problem, the environment, the earth. And each of the leaders in that area has said, wow, has believed that one of the children in their region could be the solution to the environmental crises for humanity. That motivation is getting them to commit self-regulation, to let safe passage into the free zone for women and children, that self-awareness, that emotional intelligence. I'm both hopeful and tearful and so excited because I need so much help with this project, right? But we can extend this free zone out. We can create where the men will make sure there's safe passage for women and children. Women and children get food in this region. Women and children become educated and emotional intelligence and able to care for basic emergency needs. Right? It's so exciting and I'm so grateful. That's part of my motivation. You've got so much motivation inside of you. What drives you? You've got a project that is needed right now. And yes, I got to get my finances in order. I got to get, right, the feeling of wealthy to be able to do this. I got the energy of vocation. I'm in the right place. I'm with you guys, miracle makers, making miracles. And all of the programs that are personally driven by miracle makers, those lifelong skills of emotional intelligence, of making miracles, of manifesting. Such an incredible gift. What motivates you, right? That motivates me. That project, this free zone, emotional intelligence, then the women and children of the region, yes, people outside of Afghanistan, outside of Pakistan and India, with the finances and the resources to get there, to help, will help these women and children expand their abilities. Then to go from that into being able to empathize and give to all of the young men that are within the free zone, to all of the women, all of the solutions. What is empathy? When the tribal leaders in the area are understanding what's happening with the earth, understanding how they're needed, understanding that they can solve a bigger problem. They are now listening to each other. They are now motivated to open their heart to become the solution. They become and integrate social skills. If your spirit was not being served, your heart would not be beating, your breath would not be going. This beautiful building that I'm in, my home office, this incredible home office, right now, right here, the emotional intelligence, the energy and motion within it, the emotions and the thoughts in it are serving its spiritual purpose. People used to go by on this road, on dirt roads all the time and go, wow, a housing development would be really nice there. Then someone got the mental energy, the images, and the emotional energy and built this house. And it physically stands. We just got the house from a beautiful person that sold it to us, right? Our emotion, new energy emotion, new mental energy in this space, and the house being upgraded, taken care of, any energy, emotion, anything there that's not okay being fixed. Every day when you take a breath with your spirit, with your love, with what's greater than you, it fills your house. If you were not part of the solution, the likelihood for you to be born to the family that you were born to, 1 in 700 trillion, 1 in 700 trillion. That's extraordinary. What a gift. Like, drink that in, right? It's so, so beautiful. You were part of something so great. This body that you have, the heartbeat, the brain waves. You're the change, right? You're the change. And this ability to step into all of the things that require you to have wealth, require you to have fulfillment, stable family, a net that works, a network of friends, mental genius, right? Mental genius, spiritually being on your purpose, and physically vital in your body. This is truly emotional intelligence, and it requires self-awareness, self-regulation. And it's such a gift to give yourself time every week to really jump into what it takes. What does it take? There are so many people out there, so many opportunities, so much waiting for you to really get powerfully. And so this program that we're stepping into, the intelligence test, the self-awareness test, the beautiful what you have to let go of, right? It's such a gift. But for me, I have gotten, right, it's a program that can be done by anyone, because for me, I had a learning disorder, an eating disorder, self-coping mechanisms that were so destructive. One time, such low level of self-love. Oh my gosh, I was challenged by money at one point. And just the commitment to transform, the commitment to bring in higher intelligence, brought in the resources. It's amazing how time has extended as well. Like, when you know yourself, the first part, you create time by knowing yourself and regulating yourself. And then you know what motivates you. It's amazing, because I stayed up all night, and that energized me. I think I went to bed at 4 something. Oh, I remember seeing the clock say 4:44, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's time to go to bed. I have to stop writing for this free zone. I have to get to bed. So I went to bed, right? And then woke up at, I have a 14-year-old daughter. Beautiful Jazzy is off and riding horses this morning. Tyler and Greg are off at baseball. And I am energized. I am motivated. I have all of the vitality. 7 areas of your life. And those 7 areas really get the idea, the value of you. Human behavior flows from 3 sources. This is what Plato says, right? Human behavior, your behavior flows from 3 main sources: desire, emotions, and knowledge. In order to expand yourself, desire and emotional self-awareness and emotional self-discovery through knowledge are the 3 qualities that are paramount for our earth, for you. To expand yourself, to expand your desire. Oh my gosh, you've got such a powerful thing that's beating your heart. You already do the work for your family, for your friends. You already are so much, so intelligent. In order to expand your emotional awareness and self-discovery, you've got to really know what you want, desire. What emotions, what energy and motion, right? And what do you know? And what do you not know? And what do you not know that you don't know? It's such a funny statement, right? I heard it first in an organization called Landmark. And I've been since 2004, Landmark, part of Landmark in some shape or form. I recommend it as a starting point, but boy, they are highly motivated to get you to work for them and be in their world and work for them for free. And it's an interesting thing because they've been banned in some other countries. And I see within Landmark, though I love it and love the intelligence, unless you're really, really capable of seeing the limits that the force with which they try and recruit more people. It's really rough. You can wind up, it can wind up breaking you down instead of building you up. It's highly motivated to, as an organization, to bring more people in. This level of intelligence, human behavior flows from desire, knowing that Landmark has this desire, right, to bring more people in. The emotions, the energy in motion is constantly saying whatever it takes to make you bring family in, right? Self-discovery in that organization would be highly beneficial. They're hurting themselves. Your role in this world is guiding the inner process to reveal the potential that you're not aware of. I want to say that another way. The first place I heard, there's what you know. So I know medicine. I know how to coach. I know miracle making frequency. I know energy medicine. Gosh, Reiki and neuro-linguistic programming and Lion Hearts training and oh my gosh, all religions, years and years worth of Ayurvedic training, years and years worth of psychological understanding and awareness, right? It's I'm aware of what I know. What I don't know is anything around formulas for fuel, a lot about engines, but then I have coaches in my life that tell me and show me what I'm not aware of, that I don't know. Another, like in Africa, down on the fields, when a helicopter flies over, if a person has never seen a helicopter, right? They don't know what they don't know. This helicopter flies over, or the explanation of that. There are things, you get 4 billion bits of information a second. 4 billion bits. And you can only be aware of 2,000 of them. And until someone steps in and allows you to become, right? To become aware, more aware. 2,000 bits of information. When you're able to see interdimensionally, right? That's part of this year-long program that we're diving into. I'm so grateful. Your role to be able to guide others in what they're not aware of. It's like to a caterpillar before it becomes a butterfly. It's a potential that simply hasn't been developed. So this year-long commitment is the butterflying of yourself. And emotional intelligence comes into play. Technical expertise is no longer sufficient to be successful or a leader or in our world. Emotional intelligence is what's needed now. And it's so beautiful to grow into that. A popular cited survey from 2011 showed that 71% of employees valued emotional intelligence in their employee over IQ. Employers would not hire someone if they had a high IQ, but a low emotional intelligence. And so we'll dive into that for today's, we'll go into a little bit of a personality test. How do you grow more time? How do you grow more money, more stability, more friends? How do you create a team? How are you able to resolve conflicts quickly and effectively? How do you enhance communication and listening skills? Are you able to stay calm? How do you stay calm in times of stress and conflict and challenges? Most importantly, how do you understand the emotions of others? You're at this point in your life that requires you to build a team, for you to understand yourself, and so that you're really knowing your skills, your strengths, and you're also aware of bringing in to shore up in your community, in your groups, and you're understanding the weaknesses. Year-long coaching, making better decisions under pressure, recognizing when emotions are influencing your thinking, understanding, engaging the emotions and the psychological states of others. How do you assess? So let's go into the next part. And again, just this part of filling out the form. I want to get on the phone with you so you can know what motivates you. You can know your emotional intelligence. You can also know if you're right for this program. 26 people that we'll have coming in. For you to be able to receive a year's worth of coaching, needing development in whatever area. For me, this emotional intelligence, year-long coaching programs, working with, has gotten me to have the possibility of a free zone in Afghanistan. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm so moved. A free zone where the men outside of the region understand the importance of their strength being given to the women and children in the region. Women and children in the region from whatever country getting health, getting their bodies and nourishment, and then getting training in their own language. And all of us that go there at first using our own resources to be able to help. And of course, Zoom and all of these meetings, but creating the bridge, the resources, then these women and children, all of us expanding the neutral, the free zone together in these war-torn countries. The men in Afghanistan, after a little bit of coaching in their own language, understand that the earth needs them to protect, needs them to have this neutral zone where their women and children can be taken care of, to bring forward the solution for the fires in the Amazon, for the waters, for the animals. They understand that 50% of all the animals that ever existed are now extinct, right? Self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, all there. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's scary, right? Even the thought of it makes people uncomfortable to get on a plane. So that's my motivation, my passion. That's my next project. And being able to coach and guide you on your own project. For you to use the emotions and to have all of the skills in those 7 areas of your life. So I love that. And we'll open the floor up to questions, and we're going to do this incredible test, this first test for your emotional intelligence within the year-long program. Again, just to summarize, we'll go through 5 tests for you to become self-aware. Self-regulation in the year-long program, the New You program in 2020, you're going to know exactly what to let go of. You're going to have an exact understanding of what is beating your heart, the motivation, the spirit that comes into your physical house, your body. You'll understand what that is. And most of all, the David Hawking scale, internalizing, being able to move yourself up in your frequency, in your physical body. And week by week, moment by moment, being guided on exactly what to say, how to say it, who to say it to, until it's internalized. the human design, your human design. It's so beautiful. And money, you just make the commitment, right? I've made the commitment. We've spent over $200,000 in coaching, right? Over $200,000 in building Miracle Makers Academy. You commit the money, but you just commit the down payment or the holding your space, and more comes in for you. More comes in for you because you become self-aware and you self-regulate. And at the universe, money loves clarity. When that comes in, it's so beautiful, clear. You get, right, fulfillment. You get physically vital. You get the group around you, 26 people in this program. You get time because you figure out all of the places that you're wasting time. You get so beautifully on purpose. And so please go to the website, The New You in 2020. And as soon as you fill out the form, as soon as I can manage to call you back, we will call you back. And we'll get you into this year-long program, year-long commitment, year-long of leadership in your life. So you're able to have all the tools for whatever your version is. Once you learn the skill set, once you get the knowledge, once you become the butterfly, you're able to soar in every area of your life. And I'm so grateful we've set this up for you in Miracle Makers. Again, we did this in 2017 leading up to 2018. What was so beautiful is for the next 2 years, the people that filled out the form, right, got served, helped, whatever we could create for them. And the people that were in the year-long coaching programs, right, they're off on their journey beautifully in service. I love you so much. I can't wait. We've got a special bonus for the first 5 people that sign up for the year-long program. Right now, you have opportunity. There are still spaces left, but you've got to fill out the form on Dr. Sarah Larsen. And if you're watching this video later, it'll be in the description and in the link. And then we're going to definitely put up the second part for you as well, which is we're just going to take this this test, this emotional awareness test for you in just a minute. So you've got that as well.